Sony is apparently aiming to make Spider-Man 4 a Avengers level film, to the point where this might as well just be Avengers 5.5, much like Civil War was Avengers 2.5, because according to some brand new reports, this film is going to be stacked to the brim with big characters and big actors playing these characters. I guess it's tough to make a Spider-Man film based on just Spider-Man, so just toss in a bunch of Marvel Studios characters and cameos from Sony's universe. So this report comes at us from multiple insiders that we frequently talk about here, and the story is rather, I would say, tame, because they're not claiming anything big, because what they're claiming is that the upcoming Spider-Man 4 is sort of positioned as a Avengers-esque film, where this is going to be an ensemble cast featuring a handful of big Marvel characters fighting against a giant threat that they all need to unite against. Now, while this report sounds rather impressive, right? Let's look at this. If it's Spider-Man, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and Punisher teaming up against the Kingpin, that's an Avengers-level movie. If it's Spider-Man, a multiverse Venom, and a couple other Marvel characters, like, I don't know, Doctor Strange, let's toss them in there, right? Fighting against Null, well, that's also a giant Avengers-style film. But where these reports get a lot more interesting is that they're saying that this is definitely going to be a big deal film that's sandwiched between two Avengers films that more or less serves as Avengers 5.5. So think of this as a film that's bridging Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. Now, if this turns out to be true, then does this technically imply that Spider-Man 4 is a Battle World film? Because that's what I would be getting from it. So are they going to sort of take everything they got, like Sony's universe, Venom, Null, and everything, and unify it into one, like, Battle World New York, where then it's a giant multiverse blow-off film that leads us to Secret Wars, where then obviously Peter Parker shows up and he's got some help from Venom and other Spider-Men, and hey, here we are. That would certainly be very, very interesting. But at the same time, that's a monumental ask from everyday people to understand what's going on, because we've seen that despite normal people like us who follow this stuff and understand it, the average person still doesn't get it. We now know that. So that's honestly quite a lot to ask from people. And sure, is a Spider-Man film featuring a bunch of impressive cameos and Avengers-level, actors going to make another $2 billion? Yeah, probably. It probably will. But at the cost of sacrificing another Spider-Man story when they perfectly left off the last film with him literally being just a street-level hero, that's a little disappointing for me. So I hope that this honestly turns out to be false. I don't want another Spider-Man Goes Big film. I want Spider-Man to be a little bit more Spider-Man-y, He doesn't need to fight the biggest threat every time. Why can't he just fight Scorpion and Kingpin, Like, why isn't that good enough anymore?